All right, what's going on, Michigan Sled Addicts? So it's already October 31st, Halloween. Time to really start, building out our sleds, getting our new sleds. I just so happened to just get back from my local dealer over in Baldwin, Fox Power Sports, and finally picked up my snow check. Last year I was riding a 2020 800 RMK 155 skid with a 3-inch lug track. Definitely loved it, but it's definitely time for something different. So, flip this camera around and I'll show you the new sled. Here it is. So, decided to go with the 146-inch skid. 2.6-inch lug track and the big boy 900 motor. It does have electric start, which you can call me a sissy for getting that, but super convenient when you have the sled on its side in certain angles, as well as just a long day of riding. I do actually have a super lightweight lithium battery over there from my old sled that I'll be putting into this. So I think I lose around 10 pounds already just with that. Yes, I will still have the added weight of the starter and the weight on the primary clutch with the starter ring. But it's super convenient having electric start, and they can call me a sis for it. It does have the 7S display. I already have a bunch of parts already for it, so super stoked to get those on. First thing that's going on this sled is a wrap from ArcticFX. I have ran Deviant Ink in the past, actually on my old RMK, the Indy. Over there has an ArcticFX wrap. I prefer the ArcticFX. I just feel like the material's a little bit better, just my opinion. Maybe the last wrap was just my fault in the installation process, but went with ArcticFX again. I got also a Dura tether already in the house for this. Upgraded brake lever, brake reservoir guard. I got a new exhaust as well. That's everyone's go-to thing to change right away is the exhaust. I decided to go with HPS for this season. Normally, I've ran SLP. Nothing against that exhaust. I still love it. Still have it on the blue Indy under that cover over there. So just want to try something different. Thought about going titanium, right? Super lightweight. I do not like the fitment of the Diamond S exhaust. Currently have that on the red Indy that's outside in the trailer. So decided not to go that route. I know RPM just came out with a new titanium exhaust last season. I was very interested in it. Just decided that the titanium isn't for me. Granted, it's not meant to be an exhaust, and tons of videos about that. You can go research all that on your own, but I decided to not go that route. Obviously, I'll take off all this crappy foam. Just adds weight when it gets super watered down and wet. So more parts to come, ski rubbers. I got a rear bumper for it already. Let's see what else. I will be doing the clutch fix or the fix-it kit. Haven't decided, which fix-it kit I'm going to go with. There's a few out there, but I definitely will be getting one. I will not be doing a clutch kit this season. I'm going to see how the stock goes and where I want to go from there. Obviously, you guys all know there's tons of different brands out there with clutch kits. for this sled, and really any sled. Gonna upgrade the carbide to Studboys like I run on my other sleds. Absolutely love those. And who knows what else I'll get for it. But that's just a short list as of right now. I don't know if I'm going to keep this as just a quick video and post it, or to just add in all the parts I'll be installing and just, not go into super detail, because there's tons of videos already on the installation of bumpers, exhausts, etc. But at least just show the highlights of the installs of all the accessories I'm putting on this. And yeah, well, we'll catch you later when I'm installing some of the goodies I got for us. All right, so little sled update. Got the ArcticFX wrap installed. I am no expert by any means, so definitely took me a while. Obviously, the gaps on each side aren't going to be exactly the same, but it's good enough for me, and that's all that matters. So, got the ArcticFX wrap installed. I also got BackWoods bumper installed with a lot of persuasion. The holes did not line up perfectly, so I had to do some dremeling with the rotary tool to get those last two rivets in to where I want it. I also got the Dura magnetic tether. Definitely way better than the stock. Currently run them on all of our sleds. That one is just on the left side of the gas tank, so you can't really see it, but on the matrices, they're right up front. So super nice. The only thing I complain about is these little rubber pieces always come off of the ends, but that's not a big deal. Don't really care. I also got the 3D Logic brake lever installed. It's nice because it has a little breakaway lever feature. So don't think I'll have any issues with that. I also went with the 3D Logic brake reservoir cover. There are tons of other different options out there. I like this one because it mounts to the handlebar and does not add weight to the plastic body of the reservoir. A lot of them use the factory screws. You just set the cover on top and then screw in. I'd rather not add more weight to a plastic thread in case I hit something. And if I'm low on fluid for whatever reason it may be, I can just quickly take this off. Don't have extra pieces to take off. Let's see what else is new. I do got the Rock Speed handguards to install. Been running these for 3 or 4 years. As you can see, got them on blue sled. Have them on all of our sleds except for this one, which might be changing. Haven't decided yet. They're super great. Yes, I know. They're meant for trail riders, right? To protect your hands from the cold. But can't tell you how many times this has saved me from hurting my hand. They take a beating. They're definitely flexible to a certain extent. As you can see, they pivot. I push these in and down all the way so many times, and they just bend right back. I like them a lot. You can even get the gauntlet covers. You just take off the skin and then put it over the backbone, and you got the gauntlet style. I don't have a gauntlet with me that's actually made for these. I do have my brother's house, but definitely something you guys should look into. I've only broken one handguard in the last 3 or 4 years. It was while rolling over my sled after getting stuck, like I always do, because, trying to push the limits of myself. But all it did was break the plastic piece, which is no big deal. All I did was reach out to Rock Speed, tell them, hey, I broke one, I was rolling over my sled, and they sent me a brand new one and extra mounting points, or brackets, I should say. So that's super cool. They definitely stand behind the product, which is what I like and why I continue to use them, and officially a part of the team this year. So that's super awesome. So got to put these on. I also am going to change out the battery, stock battery, for this lithium battery. It's super light. So I got to switch that out. That requires some fabrication to the battery cover. Which, let me see, I think I have one of my old ones here that I had to notch up. Maybe, maybe not. Yep. Get that out of there. So normally it comes all the way out to here as a corner to help with hooking up the battery. I just had to cut this side out and good to go. It's definitely shorter than the stock battery, so it comes with, when you order the battery, it comes with a bunch of foam. So I just add these as spacers and to protect the battery. So super excited, gotta get that in. I also have an exhaust, which I'll get that installed as well, and that'll be later on in the video. And there's my little dog, so super pumped, and we'll come back when I got more parts. All right, so I got the handguards mounted up. One thing I want to share, a little pro tip, I guess. The adhesive for these Velcros, they work good at the beginning, but after you take off the skin portion so many times, it starts to not stick as well. So all you gotta do is drill some holes and put some small aluminum rivets in. And yeah, they stick out a little bit, but it's not gonna hurt anything because this is some nice durable material. I believe I use a 1/8 by 5/16 aluminum rivet. So there's just a little pro tip for you to make sure that those stay on. But so far I got the one put on, but just wanted to show you my little hack there before putting on the other set. All right, so got another sled update for you. We got the gripper skis off. Just got my Slydog skis in, so I'll go over that in a second. I got rid of the stock battery and its bracket. I decided to go with a CV Customs lightweight battery kit. I originally had a light battery for this, but for some reason it took a shit. Not sure why. We do run another one of these in the red Indy that's in the trailer. It's an EarthX battery, super light, but for some reason it stopped taking the charge. I don't know why. It's been on the trickle charger and it's just out of warranty, so can't exchange it. So might as well try something different and something that's even lighter. There's a comparison with the stock battery. Definitely a huge difference. So going with a different battery setup, which will tuck in right here, so it'll give me more access for the quick dry belt if I need to change that or anything of that sort. Different exhaust this season. We've been running the SLPs for 4 seasons. We also have a Diamond S can on one of the red Indies that's out in the trailer. Do not like the Diamond S. The fitment is terrible. It kind of similar to the stock that has a little encavement there that butt ups against the support bar. It's terrible fitment. Ours sits like probably about this high off. And then the spring mounts are super close to the flange here and they rub. And then I see a lot of people complain about exhaust leaks right here, so they'll put some high temp silicone there. I also like that this completely closes off the bottom. SLP gives you a little silicone rubber ring that goes right there, which is nice. Some other brands just leave that whole gap open. So that's something super nice from HPS. We've also ran MBRP, which is okay. My dad wanted a quiet can, so that's why I went and got them for cheap. I definitely want to say stay away from GGB. Just my opinion. I think they're not built very well. After one season, the exhaust is already rusting. And I know quite a few people get some bogging issues out of them. You know, you spend $17,000 to $22,000 on a machine and you get one of the cheapest exhausts for it. Doesn't make any sense to me. If I was doing diamond, or if I was going titanium exhaust, I would recommend the RPM exhaust. It seems to have a better quality and fitment, at least from the videos and people that I've talked to that have also ran the Diamond S. So just my food for thought. All right, so on the skis, just like my Indy right there, got SLP attack or Slydog attack skis with Studboy shaper bars. I absolutely love the Studboy shaper bars. They definitely hook up great, and just having that extra concavity to help grab some snow, super nice, and they last way longer than Woody's, just in my experience. So I'll be throwing those on. Went again with the attack skis, went with the camo. You can get the swirls or just all one solid color. Decided to go with the camo. I feel like it looks the cleanest. So just have them side by side with the gripper skis. Gripper skis are great. They're the best stock skis on the market. Just one complaint with them is the support here is super weak. So there's a bunch of different kits out here that just take up this gap and just add rigidity. And then also, I'm sure you've seen lots of people where the skis get deformed if you hit a stump or a tree or something pretty good, and then that's deformed and looks twisted and everything. There's someone on YouTube that I saw, they bent 2 skis in one day. One was a gripper and then one was the Skidoo Pilot. I don't know what number, but it's definitely a common flaw in the stock skis, but they're nice and light, which is good. But if you're going for a stock ski, gripper is great. If you want to go aftermarket, I recommend the Slydog. Have no complaints. Super angled at the tail. So that helps keep me on edge a lot easier, not trying to fight the sled. And then also super aggressive angled keel that helps hold the snow when you're turning. They have a nice little tunnel channel here that just helps funnel the snow through. I do notice a difference when turning in the deep snow. So not when you're on edge, but when you're just standing straight up and just turning. They definitely turn better than stock skis. But the grippers do have a good keel. It's just not as aggressive with the angle and the entrapment of snow to help funnel it through. If you got any questions about skis or Slydog skis, we also run the Power Hound 7s on the Assault and Indy. No complaints with them. Absolutely love them. We even have a set of Slydogs on one of the Indies. They're good. They definitely love to dart on the trail, the SLP Mohawks. But off trail, they're really good. There's tons of ski options out there. So do your research, watch tons of videos, reach out to me if you have any questions. And then I also got a replacement wrap piece for here. Just has the Rock Speed logo on them. So you can get that on, get the skis mounted, and then we'll be all set to go. I did order a clutch kit for this. I decided to go with CNS. There's just like skis and everything else, there's tons of different companies out there. So after my research and videos, talking to people and forums, I decided to go with CNS. Clutch kit, I was debating between them and Ibex. Ibex had a better discount for Black Friday. CNS only had 10% off. Last year they had 15%, so not sure why they decreased that, but doesn't matter. I was going to go with them either way. And then I also got Carbon Sled P22 Fix Kit. Went with the chrome moly. I don't think the titanium's needed, and some people have mentioned that, you know, the steel and chrome moly is better than the titanium just for longevity. Yes, titanium's lighter, but with that weight being so close to the center of the clutch, it's not going to notice any difference as far as weight. Now, if you're adding titanium clutch cover bolts and clutch weight pins, then yes, because that weight's further from the center of mass. So I got those two things on order. Those should be here sometime next week, as well as the battery upgrade kit. I might end the video here and maybe just post a video of it running once it's all together, and I'll drive it out into the snow. We currently have a little over a foot where I'm located at. So super exciting that the season's already starting and people are out riding. So yeah, we'll check back in once I get everything installed. All right, almost done. Don't mind my big mess. I just got done installing a CV Customs lightweight battery kit. I leave in 2 days for a trip to Cook City, so not too worried about the routing right now. It's definitely not gonna get into my belt drive or anything like that. Not too close to the exhaust. And then I also installed a Cycle and Sleds clutch kit, as well as the carbon sled fix-it kit. This is obviously the stock one. Last thing to do is throw the skis on, do a little test run in the yard, and then load it up. All right.